typical estate where there was nothing going on apart from drug dealing, paramilitary beatings, paramilitary shootings. You know, it used to be a regular occurrence. In the late 90s, it was the early days of the peace process and the Good Friday Agreement, and tensions in the estate were still very high. The police and the Army Land Rovers would patrol the estate, and young thugs thought of nothing else better to do than to stone them. And that was just on an ordinary day. That wasn't before rioting, you know, that was just to give them something to do. And come the evening, the balaclavas come on, the milk bottles were filled, walls were knocked down for ammo to throw bricks at police, and it was just an open season, and it was kind of get home before dark, get everything, get the house locked up and stay in. I can't for the life of me remember exactly how I found out about it, but the husband and wife neighbours, the husband was a Protestant and his wife was a Catholic. Obviously Drumcree had happened and roadblocks was happening, and he had got a telephone call to his place of work to say, "We know you're married to a Catholic, we don't want Catholics in this estate, you've got until tonight to get out or we're going to come and burn you out." And he took the security risk very, very serious, and he literally pulled up, and he had 2 kids, and he got the 2 kids out and his wife, and he took the basics and stuff, and he came and knocked the door and said what was happening, and that was it. He packed his stuff and he went that night. And I also just then thought, well, if they're coming to petrol bomb their house, that's maybe their incident, but what happens if the house catches fire next door? The girl who's partially deaf is sound asleep with the 2 young kids, you know, their life's at risk. Then my house is the next house. And I just thought, I'm not having it. I'm not having my life, my neighbours' lives, or their houses being put at risk. Simple as. And I went round to my mum and dad's house and I explained to my dad, and my dad gave me a fire extinguisher. And I come round and I am not for moving, and I thought if anybody comes anywhere near this house, I will be putting the fire out, and that's all there is to it. And I stood in the back lane, and yes, there was people running up and down that alleyway with petrol bombs, but they petrol bombed the police as they drove past and the army. But I stood there and I went, not one person will be touching this house, not one. Every wee noise, I was kind of, right, this is it, this is me ready to go. But I stayed there for hours, just kept going out the front, checking out the front, making sure everything was fine, and then back round to the back, checked my son, he was in bed, made sure he was all right. And I stayed to about, must have been about 4 o'clock in the morning. It was starting to get light, so it was, and the estate had quietened down, and I kind of knew that tensions had calmed a bit. It didn't cross my mind that I was in any danger. I was just looking out for my neighbours. Despite any religion, despite anything else, it was friends, it was, you know, 2 young kids living next door, it was a child living in my house, and well, if I wasn't going to do it, nobody else was willing to do it. I felt you had to do it, and not that I had to do it, I felt, yeah, somebody had to do something, and I was that person.